Hello, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month. As I'm talking about the cards, I'm just going to label them 1 through 12. So, month 1 for you is going to be July of 2025, and these will go through June of 2026. I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck to see what your primary energy or theme or what extra message the universe may have for you about this year ahead. Oh, they're all fitting. That's good. Maybe to give us a general idea of what to expect or maybe what to strive for. Let's see, what do we have? The Queen of Coins. Let's put these over here. Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. This is an earth element. She's very grounded. She's very Mother Earth like. This is somebody who's very confident about their home life and what's going on there, maybe even their finances or their work life. They are somebody who is very calming to be around. They have a very calm and nurturing presence. It feels like this is an area you're working toward or striving toward, or a type of energy that you're striving toward. And maybe in at least one area of your life in particular, this may be very important to you. You could also have some heavy Taurus placements. Getting that vibe off of this card too for you. So there's a sense with Taurus in there and just that energy coming in of quality. This is not a year to focus on quantity and just getting, hurrying and rushing through and buying the cheap stuff. This may be a year where you're turning more toward things that have more value to you and provide more quality of life to you. That would be a very Queen of Coins thing to do. Let's see what each month has in store. So we're starting off here with the 8 of Coins in month 1. Again, this is July of 2025. The 8 of Coins is someone who has achieved certain success. Someone who is, maybe this is a month you're receiving recognition for the work you've done, whether that is at work or on a project or even in school. But in some way you're receiving recognition for the effort you've put in, for the success that you've had. And other people may even be seeking you out to learn more about how to do it that way, or for your guidance on how they can better do this work or handle this problem or whatever this may be. But there's definitely a sense of mastery here in month 1. In month 2, we have the Moon, which is a major arcana card, and the Moon is kind of about secrets, revelations. Things that did not seem obvious before were hidden under cover or were suppressed in some way. Something is revealed. Something floats up to the surface, if you will. That feels like more the energy for you here, is it just floats up to the surface. It will not be something you knew. That feels like it's kind of an out of left field vibe, unexpected, and maybe even a little bit startling, and a sense here that this may change your perspective on something or how you would handle something. So you may change. It feels, I don't know if there's an event or the way you've been talking to somebody or maybe avoiding someone. It feels like you're going to want to change that. You're going to want to recognize that you were acting under misinformation before, deliberately withheld, gaslighting type of deal. And now that you can see what was actually going on, you want to get back in touch with this person or readdress this event or whatever it was with other people in order to get the facts straight and make sure everybody's on the same page. And maybe even bring a sense of resolution to an open issue. In month 3, we have the 6 of Cups. Cups are about our emotions. And the 6 of Cups is kind of about memories and reminiscing, sharing things from the past with other people, lessons learned from the past, from maybe even generations past, and or traditions that have been carried forward, and why those traditions are there, why they're still celebrated today, and why it is important to keep this ongoing. So I don't know if there's what month are we going to be in? It's July, August, September. There may be some sort of tradition your family has, or maybe some sort of event going on. That this is a way that we do this every year. We have this reunion at this time, or something that happens that is meaningful and has a specific intention. And it's something you want to share with others and probably primarily with the next generation in some way. And then we have month 4, the Chariot, another major arcana card. This is a let's get going. Just make a choice and go. Don't hesitate over it. Don't overthink it. It needs to feel right. Which one feels right? It doesn't have to make the most logical sense. It doesn't have to be and it should not be what anybody else wants. What feels right for you? Go for it. This is a choice that only you can make, and it needs to be right for you. And this is a choice or a decision here, or the way that you act on it is something that you may pick up and do going forward, is make a decision quickly based on how you're feeling. Or once you gather some of the information, then it's all about how do you feel about each of the options before there. Or you're not going to let other people influence your decisions going forward. That could be the thing that comes out of this. But it's important that you take action quickly. And once you do so, things are going to get moving fast. It's going to be trotting along, and you want to be on the coach or in the chariot, not trying to catch up to it. In month 5, we have the 8 of Cups, another 8, nearing the completion of a cycle. 8 of Cups is all about, you're like over the drama. I'm over it. I am walking away. You guys can stay there. What is it? Not my circus, not my monkeys. You guys back off. Or you know what? You guys stay where you are. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to grow beyond this. I'm not going to keep holding on to all that chaos. I'm not going to keep holding on to the anger or any emotions attached to this event or these people. It's just not. There's just not that emotional connection with it anymore. You can't be pulled into the drama anymore because it just doesn't, it's not your thing. You have moved on, or are moving on this month. I think this is the month you recognize that you're just no longer vibing with these other people. It just doesn't feel right for you anymore. You're not getting any emotional satisfaction or growth out of it. You need to go and try something else, or go seek places, people, experiences that emotionally enrich you instead of emotionally drain you. All right, month 6, we have the 7 of Coins. The 7 of Coins is assessment. Let's evaluate where we are right now, what's working and what isn't, and then make a choice on what we want to do next. Do we want to keep, I like using the gardening theme with this. So do we want to keep planting the same flowers? If we do we want to keep them in the same place, or do we need to arrange something? Do we need to start from scratch and instead grow vegetables this time? Choices like that. Where, when, how, who, etc. Evaluating it all and setting yourself up for success going forward, using what you know works and adding something new in there to see if that also works. And then we have month 7 down here with the King of Swords. Swords is a Mercury card. You are a Mercury person. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and your entire chart happens to be ruled by Mercury. That means it impacts every area of your life, not just the first house, the house of self, the I am, but the finances, the home life, relationships, contracts, work, education, social life, the depths of secrets we like to keep, your whole life. So you may find yourself particularly impacted when things like Mercury goes retrograde, and then technology, and then, well, which house is it in this month? That's where my technology issues may come in. Or maybe this is the time during that retrograde, because it's going to be in this house or that house. I don't make any decisions. I don't sign any new contracts in those areas during that time. Swords, communication, technology, information. And the king, masculine energy, very confident, very assertive energy. This person knows exactly what they need to say. They know all of the information. They have the facts, they have the figures, they have planned everything out, plus plan XYZ. They're set to go. You can trust that this person is going to get it done. Now, they're not going to care how you feel about it, but they are going to get things done. They, again, emotions. If you're trying to communicate with a person like this, or if your energy is even like this in this month, it's not going, you need to put emotions on the back burner if this is you and focus on the facts and figures at least this month and putting a plan together or whatever it is having to do with that type of energy. If you're working with someone like this, just know that an emotional peel is not going to sway them. You need to come to them with new facts, new figures, new information, something they didn't already have, and factor into the equation. And then in month 7, 8, we have the Two of Coins. This is indicating a need for balance. Balance between two different areas of your life, most likely, because this is coins, pentacles, earth element. It's going to be more the mundane day-to-day things. The job that you go to on a regular basis, your home, your finances, errands even, and things like that. Make sure you're paying attention or giving equal attention. I almost want to say equivalent energy rather than attention to all the areas, because if you drop the ball in one, that means something is going to fall apart there, or something you're going to get behind on something. There's going to be additional pressure later on in that area, and probably some risks or other issues that may come up because you let it slide. And maybe that's the ultimate message here, is don't let things slide this month, because it's going to put things off kilter going forward. You need to maintain balance here. That could be work-life balance, for example. You don't want to be working overtime every week this month and all the time, so much so that things at home start to be neglected or start to wither away from lack of attention. In order to best serve yourself, be mindful of where you are, when you are. Be present, there we go, with who you are and where you're at, instead of thinking about work when you're at home or thinking about home when you're at work. Maintain balance. And then in month 9, we have the Queen of Wands. This is my personal favorite queen. The Queen of Wands, the fire element. This is somebody who is bold and passionate. It's still feminine energy, much like the Queen, just like the Queen of Pentacles. But this person, yes, it's still nurturing energy, but this is that bold person on the sidelines cheering on their team or their children on the team, maybe even their child or whoever they're there to support. They're going to be the loudest one there. They're going to be causing a ruckus in a way, just because of how enthusiastic they are about encouraging the success of this other person. They're the biggest cheerleader you can have. This is somebody who is not afraid to make bold decisions that may seem risky to other people, but they know based on their experience and how they work out in the world that making choices in this way and taking these risks, it's a little bit calculated, but based on their experience, they know what they're capable of accomplishing, and they have the drive and the passion to push through any obstacles that might be in their way. So a bit of a bulldozing personality, but somebody who is there and very supportive. That could be you, depending on your other placements. Or this could be somebody in your life who is there on the sidelines encouraging you to take the chance to go for it. Chase your dream. If you really believe in it, if you're really passionate about it, I will be here to encourage you, to help push you forward. But they absolutely want everyone to succeed, especially doing something that they love to do. And then in month 10, we have the King of Cups. So back into the masculine energy of leadership, the king. more authoritative again, but this time it's about emotions. This is somebody who doesn't care what the facts and the figures are. Directly opposite of the King of Swords. This is somebody who wants to know how you feel about things, how you really feel. Why do you feel that way? Maybe this is how you can address that or change how you feel. Do you want to change how you feel? If not, how can we manage that in this situation or that situation? This could be somebody who is like a counselor or somebody who is a community leader, a pastor, something like that. Somebody that you can look up to that you know is very confident, has a very nurturing personality, is not at all afraid to talk about emotions, even the ugly ones, and understands or can help other people understand why they feel that way and how they can process that and maybe even release the negative emotions and ease up triggers or maybe even recognize triggers. This could be as simple as a conversation with a stranger at some event that happens to get kind of deep. But in that conversation, you're going to gain a wealth of information that can help you process your emotions in some way. This could also be somebody you see on a regular basis, but maybe this is the month you just happen to have a more meaningful conversation, very impactful conversation with them. And then in month 11, we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, so 10s are closure, Wands are fire. The 10 of Wands is about releasing your burdens. If you keep carrying the world on your shoulder, you're going to crash and burn. You're going to drop things. And then you're going to panic about it. And then you're just going to stare at the pile. This is, I don't know why that came up. That's for somebody in particular. Just know, take a deep breath, and just pick up the things you want to carry. Not what anybody else wants. What are the things you want to carry forward? Don't carry around the burdens of others. Don't take on the burdens of others. Don't volunteer for that. If you're holding on to even material things and they're cluttering up your home, but they're not yours, this would be the month to clear it out. Either they come and get their things, or you will donate them, trash them, whatever feels right to you. And you can throw things away. You don't have to hold on to everything. Clear out the clutter so that energy, you can reclaim that energy for yourself. This is your space. This is your life. Do the things that make you feel, I don't know if that's how I want to phrase that feel like they belong to you, that they're meant to be part of your life, that you're not obligated or that you're not holding on to out of a sense of obligation to somebody else. Because if that's the only reason you're holding on to it, not because you really like it, but because, well, they want me to hold on to it and they really love it, so I should hold it. But if they really love it and they really want it, then gift it back to them for their home. Let go of the stuff that just doesn't work for you. Lighten your load. It's time. You have permission. And then in month 12, we have the Knight of Wands. So back into the fire energy, this time with the Knight. The Knight is someone who is boldly going forward, not knowing exactly what they're going to do, but sure that they will figure it out when they get there, that if they just believe in it enough, that it can happen. Yes, they will make mistakes along the way. Yes, they will probably have to start over a few times, but they'll learn each time what doesn't work, and they will keep pressing forward because they have that drive in there, that passion in there. They believe in this, they're going to keep going for it. So you may encounter this person as they're stumbling at one point, and you may be like, why are you getting up again? Why would you keep going after this? Why don't you just give up? Because they really believe that this is something that they are meant to do. that this is something that they really, really want to do. So they are going to keep pushing through. They will get up and try again every time. This is also quick moving energy. So this may be a month, maybe you have been inspired by something. Maybe once you release all the clutter here and the things that aren't yours, now you have time to go after what it is you want, to something that you're passionate about. And yes, you will mess up a few times, but just clean up the mess and then press forward until you succeed, until you achieve the goal you want to achieve. Let that passion fly and chase the dream. And that, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, is what I have for you for your year ahead reading. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.